Hey, Star Trek League of Man fans, welcome back to the channel. And at level 60, I'm over here grinding these high hostiles. And the question that you might be asking is why? Well, because of this right here. Turning in these boxes, you're going to open them up and find what? Sigma Speedups. Now, this video is going to be talking about grinding for it, but a lot more players are entering into the G6 area of the game. And it's a great way for you as a G5 player to prepare for the future. So let's roll through it. By the end of this video, hopefully, you're grinding some Sigmas.
Fancy intro music, yeah! Woohoo!
So in this video, you're going to see me traveling to several locations on the map, but the main key is I want to show you places you can grind for Sigma Speedups. Now, for those that don't know what a Sigma Speedup is, it is the area of the game in G6 where resources and materials have changed. No longer do you need regular Tritanium, you need Sigma Tritanium. No longer do you need regular Speedups, you need Sigma Speedups. And the reason that people grind for these is because to get a one-day Speedup, you're used to spending 300 Latinum in the regular portion of the game. But in the upper portions of the game, in G6 and whatever comes beyond, it costs 1.5 million Latinum for a single day pull. That's a lot. So because of that, we have a lot of players who are now grinding. The system that you just saw me in, pulling some boxes, was down here in Mirror's space, and that is Mirror Terex. It's actually where you probably heard me recommend a lot of players try to go because of what I'm saying here. You go up there and you get boxes. Now, in a single run, I think I just got like 33, 34 boxes, and you see I get a couple of Sigma Repair Speedups. There's a chance that the 15-hour regular Sigma Speedup can drop, and we try to get people in these two systems. If you are going into G6, whether you're doing it now or in the future, this is something that you want to prep for. And I really wanted to show me doing it here at level 60 to emphasize this is something that you can do before going into that space, and you should be doing once you're already in it. And obviously the benefits are more than just getting the Sigma Speedups, because if you're grinding in Mirror, if you remember, that also means you're getting reputation, because those hostiles that we were just taking on, well, they drop Federation, Klingon, and Romulan reputation. So even while the box is not giving you really anything, the cargo is just broken ship parts, the reputation gain is huge. And then of course the box can provide these goodies. But that's not the only case where you can find this working. In fact, there are other locations as well. Now again, it's all about trying to prep for the future, or if you're already in G6, and for those curious on the numbers, I can put on the screen, thanks to STFC statistics, how many players are in G6 and then how many players are in G5, those that are approaching G6. And while we talk about there being over 200,000 players in the game, it's still not the point where everything's front loaded, right? More people are still leveling up. Most still sitting in G4. However, as more get up, it's important to learn these tools and these mechanics and understand that, hey, mirror space is absolutely critical if you want to have a progression that, one, you feel less need to force spend, and two, you feel like you can progress faster. And that's the benefit of these type of areas. Now, you're also going to find me going to a couple other places, and I'll let you just zoom on into those. So what's the main thing I'm wanting people to kind of keep in mind? Because here's the thing, if you want to prep for Sigma, if you're not in Sigma already, if you're not in G6 already, you cannot get to these very deep areas of the map. So there's another area, right, that opens up, and you have to go up there to do it. Now, there's also a warp range limitation, as you can see here, a warp 1100, which is very difficult to get to, period, without being in that area. But because that most of these higher level systems where you would normally do these grinds are locked off, right? You can't access that clearly, as you can see here. And even if I wanted to say take my retard, well, my retard without putting on Grush only has 1079, as you can see here. And sure, we could get there, but don't forget that there are locks to some of these various things. Now, there are some places that, maybe we could, again, assuming you have the warp range, get to, but you also have to worry about hazards existing. That's gonna be another video in G6. So I'm really trying to emphasize places that don't have a lot of those problems, which is why I am such a strong advocate for Mirror. I also strongly encourage you to grind on things that have a guarantee of dropping the boxes. For example, look at all of these Mirror hostiles. They drop a box every time. And that's some of the drawbacks to other locations that, even though are good to do, for example, you can go into the silent hostile area of the game and you can start grinding these hostiles. That's not a bad idea at all. As you can see, I'm hitting 63s and 64s. Now, when it comes to the loot table, these are not going to drop the very nice ones, like the 15-hour Sigma Speedup. However, they will drop boxes. What is the drawback to these though? Well, as you can already see, there's not a guaranteed box drop every single time. But the idea is we want to get to these places that we can reach with our lower warp range, whether we're in G5 or G6, but also they're going to give a lot of boxes. This one is a 1000 warp. Warp 900 is kind of what we're looking for the most. If we come down here, it's a mirrored Terex. That is even better though, because that's a level 68 system with only warp range 800. And I know I'm still talking big numbers. Warp range 800 seems like a lot, but if you're following the path that we talk about, where we can get our Enterprise D, our Rotard, or the Derridex up to about tier 10 immediately, that's going to give us the warp range we're looking for at 60. How early can you do this? Well, technically you can do it earlier than 60, depending on warp ranges, officers' researches, but really we're trying to make sure people know where they need to go. Yes, there's some amazing tryhards out there, and we love you and appreciate you because it's awesome that some people can do things. For example, that we have G4 players who have free to play their Augment Exile rep up to 80 million. That's incredible. Just don't expect the average player to do that in a few weeks. It's going to take time. So it's good to know this is available, but it's really about the value of what you're getting, and you're trying to again get those Sigma resources early on, as well as any other benefits like reputation, and trying to just save you Latinum and save for the future. Because again, with it costing 1.5 million Latinum for every 1 day speed up, and yet you still would have things that take 40 days, that can become problematic. In fact, one of the newer additions to the game that people like has been the bulk upgrade. Here's the problem. If you bulk upgrade into the 60s, that then creates it as a Sigma. And if you had 400 days on this, now it's asking you to do that in Sigma. Now that's something I do agree with anybody in chat that should be fixed. But the point I'm making is those Sigma days can still pile up, costing you a lot of Latinum if you don't have the speed ups handy. And it's nice to have these resources where we can, one, as a player who maybe is looking forward to moving up in the future, we always try to prep for the future, because if we can prevent pain in the future by doing something today, that's going to make our gameplay more enjoyable. And that's what you can get here. Now again, there are drawbacks to some of these systems. As you can see, I've hit 10 silent hostiles, and I've only got one box to drop. And that box may or may not contain a Sigma speed up, and in this case it did. So there we go. I got a 1 hour Sigma speed ups, which will help us with our repairs when we go into the future. Now, if I hop over into my items menu, you can then go and see what you have saved up here. And you see I've got regular Sigma speed ups saved up with 264 1 hour speed ups. That's pretty solid, but I've not grabbed those big 15-hour speed ups quite yet, but that's again while we want to start grinding in places like Mirror Terex or even Mirror Romulus if you can get it. Again, this is a video for both G5, upper G5 players and G6 players who are either entering in, or G6 players who simply didn't know that this is an option for them, because I run into that a lot, not knowing that you can grind your rep here or that you can go out and grind this. Now, again, warp 800 to get there. Just keep in mind that those hostiles are going to be a little bit tougher than the Terex hostiles, which are level 68s. At level 70 is a little bit of a jump, but these are something that are available and accessible to all players as you move through free to play and not. And we love helping you get those little tips and tricks to make things easier for you. So hopefully this video has put you on that path. I want you to start grinding Sigma speed ups if you're an upper G5, because number one, I want you to grind the reputation. And by grinding the reputation of these hostiles, you're going to be able to then, as a byproduct, get the juicy rep and then get the juicy speed ups, all those in one, which is going to help you. Because remember, in G6, your goal is 500 billion reputation. That's where it locks out in G6. We have a 15 billion lock meant for G5, but then 500 billion, which is a big number, especially if you're looking for getting all those ships. You want the Crenshaw, the Enterprise E, whatever it is you're looking forward to, you're going to need to prep for it. Hopefully this video gives you the tools and tips you need to make that happen, and the places to do it. So Mirror Universe, the most important place for me, that's number one. You can also do it in Xindi and Silent. There are several places, but those will be the three that I'm gonna point you to the first, and then hopefully soon, freebooter update coming, and that'll add some more in. But hopefully this video helped you out. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video, and we're out.
I would like to request to Scopely to add more Klingons to the game. That is what I was told to do, and so I am doing it. Which, you know, is not maybe the best thing as a leader to just do what you're told, but it seems like a good request to make, to add more Klingons. Everything is better with Klingons, am I right? I am right, because I'm a Klingon. Klingon mach tach judge. We are Klingons, let it remain. All right, Laurel's on a roll today. She's very excited.